Do you know the most important part of any YouTube video? It's not your camera, not your editing, it's actually your thumbnail. Now, many people don't think that's the most important part, but when you think about it and you think about the user behavior on YouTube, that's what stops the scroll. That's what gets someone to read your title and then decide if they want to watch the video or not. And YouTube knows it. That's because their algorithm is prioritizing high click-through rates. The challenge is creating a great thumbnail is hard, and outsourcing it can be expensive, especially if you're putting out consistent content every single week, or if you're just getting started on your YouTube journey. That's why I recommend every creator, especially small to medium-sized channels, learn how to create better thumbnails and ideally create multiple thumbnails for each video so you can test them using YouTube's built-in thumbnail testing tool. It'll show your audience each of these different thumbnails and it will tell you which one gets the most clicks. So today, I'm going to show you how to make better thumbnails faster using a simple 3-step system I follow for every one of my own videos. Step 1 is research. Before I open any design tool and I get to work, I do this. I go to YouTube, I search for my video's topic, and I look at the top results. And my goal is not to just look for the titles, I'm looking at the thumbnails. I'm looking at what's working and what do the top creators in my space have in common. So let's take a look. If we hop over to YouTube and then we just look up something that I'm going to be doing for this video, which is YouTube thumbnails, I'll search how to create better thumbnails. From there, we can see some of the top thumbnails that come up. We can see YouTube is prioritizing shorts right here, but as we start to scroll down, we can see some of the different thumbnail designs for these videos that have a lot of views. Like for example, this one has close to 1 million views, posted 2 years ago, but obviously YouTube is still promoting it. So this could be a good one to model after. We see things like, big, bold text. We have faces on there, emotional expressions. There's clean compositions, right? It's like bright colors and contrast. There's not a lot of words on the screen, which I like. 2 to 4 words max is usually what you want to go for. And as you start to scroll through and you look at all of these different thumbnails that are in, the niche that you're going to create a video for, you want to ask yourself, what are they doing and what can I do? And the goal here is not to copy them. It's to model after what clearly works. So I'll typically take a screenshot of the few of the best ones that I like and I will use those as inspiration. So in this case, I will basically be using this one for inspiration. I like the layout on that. And you can also search again. We can just do YouTube thumbnail or something just to do a simple search to see what YouTube is promoting. And you can see all of the different ones that YouTube is promoting here. This is another one that I like the layout of. You can see it's similar to this one where it's not a lot of text on the screen. It's very clear, it's bold, there's a face on it. So let's go with these two as kind of our inspiration, and we will move on to step 2, which is all about bringing your design to life. So now let me show you how I create an eye-catching thumbnail fast using an online design tool called Kittl. Now this is the tool I use because it gives me a lot of features that I like, such as the customizable templates, the drag and drop editing. They have a background remover tool, which is very helpful, which you'll see in a minute. And most importantly, speed. So now let me walk you through the process of how I created the thumbnails for this exact video you're watching. First, let's hop over to Kittl. And once we are over in Kittl, we want to go over to the templates. And then from there, we can just search YouTube thumbnail. And then after you search for that, you want to look around for a template that you like. So in this case, you can see it's going to be giving me all of these different YouTube thumbnail ideas. And as we look through, we want to think about our inspiration and how can we edit the template to kind of match our inspiration. So just looking through here, I think this one right here would probably be really good for us to edit. So if we just click on that, it's going to open this template into a new tab where we can edit and we can create our first thumbnail. So once you find the template that you like, you load it up. And then that's when I start to swap things out. So the first thing I'll swap out is, let's say, the new title text on here. And then we can also start to change the colors and do things like that. So let me show you how easy that is. So from here, let's just say for right now, we want to take the girl out. We're going to be adding a photo of me a little bit later, but let's just start. I'm not the biggest fan of this right here, so we'll get rid of that. And then from here, maybe what we can do is we can call this just YouTube. And then this will be thumbnail. And then we can get rid of these other words here. All right, and then from here, we can also change obviously so many things, but let's say we don't want this font, we want to do something different here. This is a font I do like. It's very kind of bold and it's in your face, but it's very clean as well. So let's move both of these to that font called Geom. Now you're gonna see it's too big, right? So what we wanna do is we can go down here, we can lower the font. Let's say we wanna make it like 125. And then from there, let's say we wanna make this one a little bit bigger, 130. And we're over here like that. And then what we can also do is just copy it. So we can just click this right here to duplicate it. Now we have another one. And let's use the word tutorial, because as we saw in our YouTube thumbnail research, a lot of these are using tutorial, and that's what this video is as well, is kind of a tutorial. So if we go back over here, now we can see we do have the start of a really strong thumbnail design. Let's say we also want to maybe make this straight. Let's say we don't really like it on so much of a curve like that. We can make it straight, and you can see the degrees here at the bottom. That will show you exactly kind of where you're at. And then from there, we'll just make it straight for the most part. So this way, we have it exactly how we want it. And then let's say we also want to add a couple other things in, like for example, one of the boxes. I like how this thumbnail has this little box over or behind the tutorial. So to add some things in, such as like that rectangle, all we have to do is go over here. We can click on the illustrations and just drag over a basic shape like that. From here, after that, we can update the color of this shape to whatever we want. Right now, let's just say we leave it black, because we are going to update the color of the background as well. And then I'm also seeing right now, we're still also not fully straight. There we go. So as you can see, you start to just tweak it a little bit. Now we have to open the layers over here, and then that's how we're going to be able to take the plain block and put it behind it, so that really starts to pop out like that. So it's, you know, similar to other design tools. You have layers, you have a lot of flexibility into exactly what you want to do, and then from there we can also make it a little bigger. So if we want to just highlight these, we can make this a little bit bigger. We can also update the position of it like that, and then from there what we can also do is change the color of the background. So let's do that, because that's another big part of this. So if you go over to the layers here, the background, you'll just click on that, and then we can start to play around with which color we want. So I was thinking kind of like a blue like this looks really good. And then from there, this is where we want to upload a photo of myself. So let me just move this over. We're going to grab this headshot right over here. We're going to upload that. And once that uploads, this is one of the coolest tools on Kittl, and this helps me so much with creating thumbnails. So you see how I have my background here. You can see, you know, with the wood background, all you have to do is click remove background. That's it. So the background removal tool is going to help you so much with this. You just upload a picture of your face, use the background remover tool, and that's it. It has removed the background perfectly. There's no jagged edges or anything like that. I can change how big I want myself to be. And then obviously as we go through, we can just, you know, tweak the sizing of everything, just make sure everything is how we want it. And then we can add a drop shadow. That's another thing, adding a drop shadow behind the cutout is very helpful. Once again, that's just one click. You just click one button. You can make that any color you want. For this, let's just do like a dark blue. And then after that, we're almost done. One other thing I want to do is maybe add a YouTube icon, logo icon here. So we can take one right over here. We can put that right above, and there we go. So now, as you can see, we just took a template and made it our own in about what, 5 minutes? Now, the other thing you do want to do before you think you're done is to always preview it looking small, because a lot of times people are on mobile. So we want to make sure if this is pretty small, can we still read it? So even at this size, I think it's great. So let's say someone's on their phone, they can still easily read it. It's only a couple words. So I think this is a great start. And from there, you're not done. The next thing you want to do is think about how can you enhance this and how can you also test some different features out. So after you have completed it, you preview it on a small size to make sure it's legible on mobile. And then after that, you are on to the next step. And real quick, before we move on to step 3, I just want to emphasize from start to finish, that took me maybe like 5 minutes. And that is the process I think everyone should go through who is creating their own thumbnails. So now let's move on to the last step, step 3, creating multiple variations. So as we spoke about previously, YouTube is going to have a tool that allows you to test multiple different variations. So what you can do here is very simple. You can just go over here. Once you click that, you can just click this duplicate tab, and now you are going to have another thumbnail design for you to edit. So that's the really good part of it, is now you have both of them. So let's say we easily just want to select this new one and we want to open up the layers on that. And let's say we open this one up and we want to change the background. We can change the background just on one of them, and then that can be something that we test. So this one is, I'm still grabbing this other one over here. So for example, let's say instead of the blue, we want to test out a completely different color background, like an orange or something. That can be something we can do. There's also so many other things. For example, if you want to test out different fonts or different text and things like that, this is what you want to do. You can do different face expressions and different emblems, different icons, and just kind of see what works best. So as you can see, creating multiple variations is going to be another thing that's going to help set you apart from other creators, because this is where most creators leave clicks on the table. They'll just create one thumbnail and they'll just upload it. Now people are getting better. They're realizing that there's different tools and different things that we can do to improve our channels even more. But that's all you have to do. Take that one design, make 2 more variations. Like we said, maybe you change the background color, you add a different facial expression, you move the text around for a better balance. Now these are all small changes, but they can have big effects on the success of the video. So once you have completed 3 different thumbnail designs, all you have to do is upload those 3 directly into YouTube's thumbnail tester, or if you're using a tool like TubeBuddy, they also have a thumbnail testing tool. And as I mentioned in the beginning, it runs an automatic A/B test, and it tells you with real data which one performs best. And honestly, it's really cool because I get surprised all the time. Like most of the time, the one I thought would win doesn't. And that's why I test, because I'm not just trying to guess, I'm optimizing. So here's a recap of my 3-step thumbnail system. First, you do a quick thumbnail research based on your video topic on YouTube. Then you go to Kiddle and you create a strong thumbnail using a template, tweaking it, making it your own in no time. And then you create 2 more variations and you test them using YouTube's thumbnail tool. That's how I design better thumbnails in less time and with more confidence. So if you're interested in using Kiddle for thumbnail design or any other content creation or even print on demand, check out the link below. You can try it out for free, and if you decide to upgrade, if you use my link and my code, you'll get 25% off any plan. So this is the exact tool that I use to save time, to get better results, and to focus more on my content. Thanks for watching, and if this helped, please drop a like and let me know in the comments below what other tools you're using and what you want to see next. Until the next time, I'll see you in the next video.